Alright, shalom, shalom. I'm the brother Saraka from the camp of JMS Suriname. Going into the topic of hell, people think that hell, man, is it's just a place where you can go and burn up, you know, and never come back. It's an everlasting fire that everyone that did evil goes there. But to prove that through the scripture that hell doesn't exist, you know, through the scripture I'm going to prove it. But before I start, I want to give all praises, all honors, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakodash, Shal Ahmad, and also double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are preaching the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai upon our earth. So, like I said, man, to prove that hell is just it's just a condition. You're in a lower state. You see, you're catching affliction. You're going through much tribulation. All of these things is just hell. It's just another word for hell. But let's go into it. It says in the book of Jonah, chapter 2, I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his power out of the fish belly. Now everybody knows the story of Jonah, was swollen up by a fish, And it says here, and Jonah prayed unto the Lord his power out of the fish belly. And verse 2 said, and said, I cried by the reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, meaning he was suffering, the thing that happened unto him. You see, he was swallowed up by a fish, so I cried unto the Lord. I prayed to the Most High Yahweh from out the fish belly, that hey, this affliction, you gotta help me. You gotta help me in this situation. You see? And it says, and he heard me out of the belly of hell. Now you see, out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. So yeah, man. So was he literally in hell? Was the fish, his belly, hell itself? No, it's just the condition he was in, the affliction he was going through. You see, that shows you that hell is just some condition, that you're in a bad state. You see, and all these bad states are just hell. You're suffering, you're catching hell, probably. You see, so for people that think that hell is all this, a lake of fire, a place where you burn up forever and ever, until this day, that's all bullshit, man. Let me prove this. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 14. It says in the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 14. It says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So yeah, so what is the lake of fire then, if hell and death were cast into the lake of fire? You see, what is the lake of fire then? Hell is already a fire. You people think that it's a place you're going to burn up, and in this scripture it shows you that even hell was cast into the lake of fire. So what's the difference here? How can a fire be in another fire or throw into another fire? You see, basically the scripture says death and all the sorrowful condition for the nation of Israel, all of these things will burned up, because the second death that is coming is the destruction that is at hand. The lake of fire that is coming is the destruction that is at hand, because it will be fought by thermonuclear missiles. You see, and all this will basically looks like a lake of fire when you look at from above. You see, um, melted fire it will be. You see, and death and hell, meaning all the suffering, all the condition, bad condition you're in, will be burnt up uh, through the destruction that is coming. You see, so don't think that hell is a place where you can burn up and all that, man. Look, there's a lot of scripture to prove that. You go in Daniel, also Revelation, the 19th chapter. Um, yeah, there's a lot of scripture to prove that. You see, look, but by that, look, I'm gonna close it out by saying Shalom.